Hi everybody, this is Alice Bejeweled Hedgehog. Just here for a quick vlog. I know I should give up trying to get the glare off my glasses. Anyway, if I sit back here it's a little better. Hey, it's another cool day. I am wearing my Susie Cusey poncho and a matching hat. See the hat? So, that's a good thing about today. The rest of today was total poo. Let's see, severe insomnia last night, crazy insomnia. Not the kind where I sleep fitfully, but the kind where I just could not go to sleep. So, about 1 o'clock or so, I went to bed and couldn't fall asleep. So I get up and, I don't turn on the computer. I don't do anything that's going to be stimulating or stressful. And I decided to read, I'm reading a biography of Catherine the Great, which is very interesting, but it's not the kind of thriller, where I would be compelled to stay awake to find out what happens next. So I read that. And that didn't work, and I had, chamomile tea. To make a long story short, I slept for about an hour and a half, and it was awful. So I just gave up on even trying to do anything today. Just pretty much stayed at home. I allowed myself a 2-hour nap, because when I get that short on sleep, it's actually kind of like being sick. So I gave myself 2 hours worth of napping time, but I did not want to sleep all day and then trigger the insomnia again tonight. So anyhow, but I talked to my doctor, and what he told me is I have a medication that I take for anxiety attacks, for panic attacks. And when I take it for a panic attack, I've never noticed any side effects other than that I calm down. But apparently, if you take it when you're not panicking, it can relax you. So I'm going to take it tonight in about an hour, and hopefully, be ready to go to bed half an hour after that. And it's not really a good idea to do this on a regular basis. If I really, really keep on having sleep problems, I'm going to have to, face up and try some of the sleep medications. But, maybe this will get me through the worst of it, and I can, figure something out. But anyway, so what happened today? Today was just kind of a groggy, yucky day, but I started catching up on people's vlogs. And it's really funny because last week I got really busy with my family, and I spent most evenings with my family, and by the time I got home, I was just too exhausted to watch, or sometimes I would watch but I wouldn't comment. And it's funny how much I miss you guys. I really, really do. And I found myself, thinking about certain people, wondering, I wonder how they're doing, what's going on with various situations that they're in. And Ayana, I keep, wondering how things are going with your move, and Kelly, your job, and your whole, holistic studies, and everybody. And I did some catching up today, and I plan to do more catching up during the week because I am going to take things slower this week. But as usual, things are just funny because just as I have some things I have to do. For a friend of mine has some documentation due tomorrow morning, and really wants it proofread. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And it was so funny because by about 4:45, I was starting to get a little more alert, and I had just found an email message from Charmaine. Hi Charmaine, if you're watching. And she had a video out, and somehow I had missed it. Sometimes YouTube, when you do the inbox thing, to get mail, get an email when someone you subscribe to posts a video, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I find them in my spam. And I think that's because, I don't know if this happens to other people, I sometimes get spam disguised as if it's from YouTube, or maybe YouTube spams people, but all I know is I will occasionally get these things like, says something, you know, about YouTube, like your video in the banner. Then you open it and it's something about like drugs from Canadian pharmacies or erectile dysfunction or something like that. Anyhow, sometimes I think that what happens if somebody posts a video approximately the same time the spam is coming out, maybe it just gets blocked. Anyhow, I don't know. I'm rambling a lot. But hi Charmaine, I had watched your video to the point where you had described all your wonderful yarns, and I was looking forward to seeing you talk about the books. And then suddenly, of course, the phone rings, and it's my sister, and she and my brother-in-law will not be able to get home in time to pick up my youngest niece from her aftercare, where she goes on Mondays, and could I go get her by 5:15? So shut off the video, go racing out, get the youngest niece, take her home, get another phone call. They were both running late. Could I pick the bigger girls up from an after, well, they're homeschooled, but they have activities scheduled, so could I pick them up from their activity at 6:15? So run out, get them, take them home. Then another call from my sister. They're going to stop at a kosher deli and have dinner. Could I bring the girls, and that way we can all eat? So that all happens. So anyway, now I'm back. Never did get a chance to finish Charmaine's video, but I will. Probably not tonight, but more likely than not tomorrow evening. And get caught up with everybody else too, hopefully. And brain death. Aha! I wrote down a few things, but not a lot. Oh, anyway, so I don't know what I'm saying. So now here I am back. I still have to do the proofreading. Feeling frustrated, feeling icky. It's just one of those days. I know it's because I haven't gotten enough sleep, and I know that if it doesn't straighten itself out, I'm going to have to, do something about it. Maybe it's my old lady hormones, maybe it's just something else. I have no clue. But anyway, so much for that. I already said I miss everybody, and I feel kind of sad. I think what I'm going to do, because I know other people, if you have a job where you work at a computer all day, I can completely understand just coming home and your eyes are just tired of looking at the stupid thing. Which is why I'm not that good at Facebook. Sometimes I'm not 100% sure how it works. But I know when I go to my page, I will sometimes see people are posting things that don't seem to be related to the two groups I belong to. So I don't know if their activity, just whenever they do something, shows up on my page. I'm confused. But so I comment on that when I see it, but I don't always remember to go into Facebook every day. So anyhow, if I have done something rude to you on Facebook, it is completely inadvertent if I've ignored something or God only knows what. I just am kind of overwhelmed with the amount of time I spend in front of a computer in my life. And I really, really love YouTube. And I am on Facebook so I can participate in the crochet along and the book club. So if you've told me something or sent me something and I haven't responded in the way that you think I should, I'm not trying to be mean. The whole thing just leaves me kind of frustrated and flummoxed. But anyhow, book club. Okay. I know Bruno's been on vacation, and Bruno is kind of the one who deals with, I guess, organizing everything, because it's being organized through Facebook, the little poll thing that he set up, and I'm in the dark about how any of that happens. So basically what I would like, and I'll post a comment on Facebook as soon as I'm done my video, I would like to just say, I don't know if everyone's voted or not, but we are at 2 books. That has the majority. So I'd like to say everyone put up your 2 selections if you have not already. And let's make the deadline for putting up your selections, because I will post on the Facebook page. Let's make the deadline for that, if you have not already posted. I don't know, I'd love to get this thing rolling. I mean, it's already Monday night, so let's say Thursday. And at the same time, if I can get in touch with Bruno, or I think Andy was helping with it too, I don't remember. But if somebody could make a little polling thing for whether you want to vote on a book or whether you just want to randomize. I am happy with everybody's selection. I'm so interested in books that pretty much I've made notes of all the books that people have proposed so far, and I'm planning on reading them anyway. So I'd really love to get this thing rolling. Let's say 2 book submission per person. And you know what? Let's do it simultaneously. Let's just say that as soon as Bruno puts up his little, as soon as I can get somebody to put up a little polling thing for randomizing versus voting, unless somebody strongly disagrees, I would just say that we do the submissions and the poll by, actually let's make it Friday, and then Saturday we'll know whether to randomize or vote. If the decision is randomized, then we can just randomize right away and list a book. If the decision is vote, then we can work out a system of voting and we can really get this rolling. So I really welcome ideas. I will go back to Facebook again and struggle with that for a few minutes. Anyhow, let's see. There were some vlogs that I wanted to respond to. I was catching up on Poet Spice's vlogs today, and I love when people are reading their poetry. I just love listening to it. But for some reason, I have this really weird block where I don't feel that I can write it. Now, Poet Spice had this great idea for putting together, for a big thing like a novel, we're just flipping through a magazine and cutting out pictures and using that to kind of inspire a story. And I might just do that with a poem. I don't know if there's anybody else out there. So many people have been putting up poems. I don't know if there's anybody else like me who, when it comes to poetry, as much as I can appreciate it, and the weird thing is, I love words. I love to read. I didn't have a lot of time, and I didn't always like sitting down at the computer again, staring at a screen and writing. But I loved telling stories to my nieces, and I didn't mind all that much trying to put them down on, well, not on paper, obviously, but on, type them up. I don't know. I don't know what it is about poetry. I mean, while I am honest, I believe in being honest and direct and really not hiding anything, I think sometimes emotions are kind of a tricky area for me because, well, obviously happy emotions are great to share, or funny emotions. But strong emotions that are not, not always good, I have a hard time with them, expressing them. I can get mad, if somebody steals my parking space. But any of the emotions that are, more complex, wistfulness, regret, a lot of emotions that I feel strongly and that I feel frequently, I feel awkward because I always feel, not with other people, oddly enough, when other people write a poem, I look at it and I say, wow, that really resonates with me. Oh, that's exactly how I feel. But whenever I write down anything, I always look at it and say, oh, Alice, you self-pitying old thing. Cut it out. And it's really hard for me to do. I really don't know, but I'm thinking I might do the picture idea. I like making collages, and I might just put down a bunch of pictures that express something and stick words to those pictures and see what I come up with. My goal is to produce one by the end of April. So anyway, let's see. Oh, talking about, still on the subject of books, Ginger put up a video which I watched. I think it was last night, but I'm not sure whether it was a current one or one of her old ones I was catching up on, where she was showing a book haul. Wow, she had some awesome books. And one of the books that she mentioned was The KIte Runner. And I did not want to submit that as my book club book, because that is I don't know, the words to describe it would be powerful, searing, really searing, traumatizing, redeeming. It is a book that will generate emotion. I cried at various points in that book, to the point where, I couldn't breathe out of my nose. Not just a few tears going down your cheek. It is the kind of book that will pull sobs out of you. It is an intensely emotional experience. It is set in reality. The story is fictional, and it's a story about childhood and betrayal, and I guess what makes it all the more painful is where it is, the setting is real, and the terrible things that it describes are truly happening. And it is one of the books that I have read that I would call, a life-changing book. One of those instances where fiction draws you into a view of the world that you can read about in news reports, you can read about, you can see on the news, but putting the actual people and the actual characters in it and seeing day-to-day life in certain situations, that was one of the books that made me feel a greater awareness, I guess is the right word. And it's so easy to get caught up in our own lives. We look at the people around us. We look at what the people around us are doing. And I can get obsessed. I'm not thin enough. I'm not successful enough. I have not decorated my home, blah, 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 blah. And then to realize that at the very moment I am feeling those things, there are people who are, living in a bombed out home, wondering where their next meal is going to come from. And sometimes fiction can put you in the shoes of other people to the point where you really can't not identify with other people anymore. So that author, whose name escapes me sadly, wrote KIte Runner, and as far as I know, I've read one other book. I don't know if there's anything newer out yet. And the other book is just as good, in my opinion. They are both riveting and wonderful, and I recommend them to everybody. I did not put it up as my book club selection, again, because it's a good read, but it's an intense read. So, I guess I'm going to stop there. I guess I've more or less made my point. Let's see. That is pretty much it. I hope everybody's doing well and feeling well, and I actually wanted to do a video response to one of Poet Spice's videos from last week. Last night I showed my bag. I got a new bag, and I got a comment saying, from one of my subscribers and fellow vloggers, saying that she wished I had done a What's in Your Bag video. And I had never heard of that, but I think that sounds like a really fun idea. So first of all, what's in my bag right now is going to be kind of boring, because this is a new bag and I just transferred stuff over, from the old bag to the new one, weeding out any excessive junk. So This is like the purse as it should be. This streamlined, clean, efficient purse. Now I'll do another one of these in a month and you will see what my normal purse is like. But let's start with the clean, efficient version. It has a big outer pocket right here. This pocket normally has the cell phone in it, but cell phone's out because I'm home now. And it's where I drop any shopping lists that I may have. But since it's clean and new, there's not a whole bunch of wadded up old shopping lists in here. This is the zipper bag, waterproof bag, and I just stick in here visitor parking permits and stuff, so I always know where they are. And the parking here is very complicated, so that explains that. This is a little cell phone thing, but because I like to buy tough bags, and I'm not one of these people that wants an expensive purse. I mean, these are like $50-some, which to me is expensive, but you know, it's not like these designer bags where people pay $200 or more for a bag. So I tend to just toss it in the car, and I don't like to put my cell phone in here because it keeps flying out. On the other side of this, I have some outer pocket Kleenexes, and they have cute little, I don't know if you can see, they have cute little bunnies and stuff on them. I've got a little tiny notepad, and I've got a bigger notepad, and let's see, at various times nieces have drawn in it, so I don't think I'll ever tear those pages out. Let's see. Okay, those are the outer pockets. Now you unzip the big giant thing, and let's see, what is in this one? Oh, okay. It has a little upper inner pocket right in here, and I keep another notebook. I know, I'm always writing things down. Stick it back in there. Here, I'm not going to pull everything out, but here you can see, okay, I have pens and pencils in here, and then there's one right next to it that you can't really see very well, but I have 2 USB keys and a nail file down in this pocket. This pocket right, I'm so bad at showing things. This one right in here was supposed to be my makeup pocket, but in the process of my bag getting tossed around, most of the makeup has come out. So I'm landed down in the big rock tumbler area in the middle. So all that is in my makeup pocket right now is my Green Fairy Absinthe Scented Perfume from Veggie Beauty. I'm going to put it back. And now we're down in the middle. Oh no, my wallet popped open. Okay, this is my Hello Kitty wallet. It's getting pretty old and beat up, as you can see. And what I have in here that keeps popping it open, sorry, let me push the camera down a little bit. There. Okay, what I have in here are like thousands of quarters for parking meters. So, alright, let's start taking things out. Down in the middle, in what I call the giant rock tumbler, I have some Avon Christmas hand lotion. I do not have an interesting bag, hate to disappoint. Dun da da da, Advil, well, you know, store brand, ibuprofen. Don't leave home without it. Not if you're old and crabby and prone to pain. Vermint, these are actually very, very good. These are, they're natural, they are, I mean, obviously they do have sugar, but they are organic, you know, and they have slightly healthier ingredients. Let's see. In here, I know this is not so healthy, but this is my Splenda. I'm really on the fence about that. I know it's artificial, and artificial is not good for you, but, you know, I also have concerns about sugar. I have yet another packet of Kleenex. You can tell allergies are always getting to me. These are Christmas Kleenex things that my sister, the veteran shopper, found. Now there should be more makeup down here in the rock tumbler area. I am wondering where it landed when it went flying out of... here's one piece of it. This also is Veggie Beauty. It's a beautiful orange lip gloss. Let me stick that back in where it belongs. Kleenex. Dun, da, da, da. Okay. And then finally, anxiety medicine. Don't leave home without that either if you are me. Now I'm finding some pieces of makeup. Okay, let's just keep putting this up here where you can see it. This is a face powder. And that is pretty much my idea of emergency makeup. Blot up the shine, put on some lipstick, and away you go. Now what else am I finding? Oh yeah, Burt's Bees. This is my kind of burgundy-based lip tint. Let me put a little bit on. Well, yeah, you can see that. So if I don't want the orangey look, and this is like a, lip fixer. How did all this stuff fall into this pocket? Okay, this is going to be slightly an issue. Another lip balm. Chapped lips are a problem too. Okay, now this inner pocket in here holds easily a book, and the particular book of the moment that's being carried around in my purse is Jewish Meditation, a Practical Guide by Arya Kaplan. And this is the book that both my niece and I are using to meditate from. It talks about, it's a very practical, very useful book for meditation practices. Okay. Here is the last makeup item. So the makeup, apparently when my purse gets tossed around, likes to go and associate with the book. This is a little vial of some homemade perfume. I forget what the base oil is. It's probably, I honestly cannot remember. I think it's olive oil. I mean, it's not a fancy oil. And it is lavender and geranium mixed together. Oh, and rosemary. Lavender, geranium, and rosemary essential oils mixed together. Because lavender I actually always keep a bottle of. I sprinkle it on my sheets. I have little potpourri bags, and I will refresh them with lavender oil. And sometimes for a treat, especially in the spring and summer, I like to use geranium essential oil because it's just so wonderful. And sometimes I like to use rosemary. And I blended them all together, and it's a really nice blend. So that goes in with my perfumes. And then, yeah, my bag is not at all interesting at the moment. You should have seen it actually when I changed purses. Then I have my bag of, got a comb. What else is in here? Oh, these are really cool. They're blotting papers for oily skin. They're like little pieces of tissue paper. It's kind of battered because it fell into the rock tumbler section in the middle. But in the summer, especially when it's all humid and my face gets all icky, I just blot it up with this and then throw it away, and good as new. Because you can't walk around all day washing your face. That's just a little too weird. This is, something like a side effect of being an auntie. This is Bats Maru, by the way. He is Hello Kitty's friend. He's kind of wrinkly. He is a bad penguin. That is his tongue that he's sticking out. That's not a heart or anything. He's called Bad Bats Maru. He is Hello Kitty's bad penguin friend. And these are Bats Maru Band-Aids, which I carry with me at all times because the nieces are, it used to be prone. This is a stimulant, good for your teeth, if food ever gets caught between your teeth. It's just a good thing to use, mint-flavored thing. I mean, I would never sit around in public and do this, but after you eat, if you're in your car, or in your bathroom or something, you can do that. And there is floss down in here too. Yep. Dental floss. another good thing to never leave home without. So, okay, at the moment, that was not particularly interesting, but that's what I carry around with me. Okay, everybody, I'm going to let you go. I know my videos are long, and what I'm thinking is if there are other people like me who just get caught up in life and don't have time, to watch everyone's video every day, I think what I'm going to do once a week, every Sunday maybe, is post a video that I will limit to 15 minutes, and I will just simply call it, my weekly update. Just saying hi, letting you know what I've been up to, letting you know if I really did do a vlog, any vlogs about a particular topic that I think might be of interest. And that way, if you just don't have time to watch everything, but you are still curious, you can just watch that one video once a week and kind of see what's going on. So anyway, that is it. Good night, everybody.